My name is Bill Kelleher. I play guitar in Mastodon.
My name is Braun Daler, and I play the drums in Mastodon.
What was the first album you bought?
First album I bought, I think the first album I actually bought with my own money was Dead Kennedys, In God We Trust.
My first album I bought 3 albums at the same time. I stole $10 out of my mom's purse when I was 8 years old, and I walked to the record archive, and I bought Peace of Mind by Iron Maiden, had just come out, and then I went in the basement and they had cheap used records down there, and I bought Kiss Destroyer and AC/DC Back in Black. So I got those 3 in one shopping trip.
Nice.
They're still good records today.
They're still good, even to this day.
And the last album you bought?
Last album I stole.
I think the last album I bought was probably Baroness Yellow and Green.
I just recently, like on vinyl, I bought David Bowie's Black Star on vinyl because I hadn't gotten it on vinyl yet. I'd just been listening to the digital download or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Actually, the last record I bought was Baroness Purple.
Yeah,
That's the one.
that makes more sense.
That one I did buy. I remember I ordered it at Criminal Records. Got that.
Okay.
Got
Which
that
album
collection.
changed your life and why?
A lot of them have changed my life, but the one that changed my life in musical direction was the Dead Kennedys Frankenchrist record, because it came to me at a very impressionable age when I think I was 15, 16 years old, and I was just starting to play guitar, and all my guy friends were playing guitar as well. And basically, everybody's just playing, you know, like the stuff you hear on the radio, because that's all there was. You know, so the only music that we knew was just what was on the classic rock station, which is Van Halen, you know, Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Boston, Cheap Trick, stuff like that. Foreigner, a lot of Foreigner.
Say Foreigner.
Tons of Foreigner, because they were from our hometown. But
Yeah, hometown boy,
everybody was,
hometown hero.
all my friends are playing that kind of stuff, which I thought was cool. Scorpions, a lot of Scorpions was going on.
Foreigner.
And Foreigner. Scorpions are foreign.
Like us in Germany, we're foreigners.
I know. So, a friend of mine brought me this tape of Dead Kennedys, which he thought was hilarious and really bad music. And I remember as soon as I listened to it, I secretly was like, I really, really love this music.
You're like, haha, yeah, it's really bad.
I was like, can I just keep this and for
Actually,
reference?
really
And it, you know, it was like our paths of the music we were listening to. I just kind of went off in this wormhole of like, I discovered punk rock, and I was like, what is this kind of stuff? You know, like I couldn't play like the other guy. They're sitting there learning all their guitar solos and practicing all their leads and their scales and all this stuff. And
I don't want to practice. I just want to party.
Pretty much, I wanted to find something that was like more. I wanted to find myself. So when I heard that record, I started a band immediately and started playing like 3-chord punk rock songs, and it just, you know, my other friends who were trying to learn Yngwie Malmsteen guitar solos were still sitting in their bedrooms doing that, and I was already out playing gigs, you know. So that album changed my whole world. If I hadn't found that tape, I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
You'd be home scalloping your fretboard right now.
I'd be sitting there fucking cleaning it with Lemon Pledge and practicing still, I guess.
Yeah, you'd have 6 Ferraris.
Probably.
And a frilly pirate shirt.
We still need to know what album you changed.
There's a few different, like, as you go on, like Peace of Mind was one of them. Like, wow, that was a revelation. And I think King Diamond's Them was like another revelation when I heard that, like the magic of storytelling in music. But I'm gonna say when I turned 15, I heard Mr. Bungle, their self-titled first album, and it totally changed my musical trajectory, I guess. You know, just like Bill said, like it just kind of forked off and this way with it. Just opened my mind to a whole
your
other
middle eye.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this music is just totally insane. And
it's like you
and
can
so
do
bizarre.
that. You can do that and still put out.
Well, I looked at the producer on the back, and it was John Zorn, and so I just started. I wanted as much of that kind of music as I could find, So it led me to John Zorn and Buckethead and Bill Laswell and all that stuff, Praxis and Material, and so it just led me to this whole new world, a whole new world of music, and it was just all very. It's very fantastic, all the music.
Yeah,
There's so much crazy music out there, and you could be so abstract and so avant-garde and wild and crazy, and it made me want to be in a band like that, or do something, do something weird, get weird with it, and because up until then it was pretty much, my parents listened to prog and stuff when I was a kid, and actually, through Mr. Bungle, it led me back around to like early Genesis and King Crimson and Yes, and helped me to rediscover all that stuff, and just and how brilliant all that music was, that those guys were doing in the early '70s, and yeah.
Okay, so let's go over to bad music. What album would you offer to your worst enemy?
I don't know. I guess
there's some stuff out there that my kids listen to that I fucking can't stand.
What is it, man?
I'm trying to remember. It's
I
love the cocoa. I got the baking soda. You heard that song?
Oh hell
fucking
yeah!
Terrible.
She's in love with the cocoa.
Love with the cocoa.
She's in love with the cocoa. You don't like that song?
No.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not in love with the cocoa, I guess.
I think you might be.
Okay, yeah, enough of that.
He's in love with the cocoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which album would you use to seduce a member of the same sex?
Of the same sex?
Well, in your case, if you want to seduce a man.
If I want to seduce a man,
Hall & Oates. For sure.
Oh, that works.
Man-eater.
That's. I mean, that's across the board. You can seduce anybody with a Hall & Oates record. It doesn't matter what sex they are. You could seduce a hermaphrodite with that.
Hermaphrodite.
You ever heard of a hermaphrodite? You know what that is? Hermaphrodites, the Greek god of genitalia.
Oh, genitalia.
You know about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
which song do you generally sing in the shower?
I'm in love with the cocoa.
I usually sing I am sailing away. Some Sticks goes a long way in the shower. Set an ancient course. Sorry. Probably people sleeping.
No problem. Name your favorite albums in your parents' record collection.
When I was a kid, my mom had Funky Town on 45 by Lips Inc., which I wore out listening to that a lot. There was also Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Like when I remember my mom had won it like in some contest, and she had the record, and I remember being infatuated with it and listening to every song and just finding the Beatles that way, and then seeing the movie that they made, the Bee Gees had made with Aerosmith as the antagonists, and it was a really cheesy movie. Steve Martin was in it.
What movie?
It was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band back in like the 70s. They made
the Bee Gees, yeah.
Bee Gees made it.
That's a good movie.
It is. Maxwell Silver Hammer was played by Steve Martin. He was like this quack doctor who was, I think he was like killing people with a hammer. I don't know. I have vague like memories of it, and I just remember Aerosmith were like the bad guys in it, and they stole Dude's girlfriend. Yeah, they are bad guys, aren't they? That's what made me like them.
Okay, what about you?
Let's see. My dad, I'm going to go with Mahavishnu Orchestra's Intermounting Flame. He loved that record. He still does. And I think he used to put it on headphones for me when I was a baby. And I would listen to that. You know, Billy Cobham, Alan Holdsworth, holding it down. And my mom would go Screaming for Vengeance. Judas Priest. She was a big Judas Priest fan when I was a kid. And her band did a couple cover songs off that record. And I remember we had in our big old station wagon, we had a big Screaming for Vengeance sticker on the dashboard. And yeah, that was on at our house a lot. It was kind of, in the mornings, my mom would exercise with Richard Simmons and turn the volume down and turn Judas Priest up. So that was always fun. Richard Simmons and Judas Priest, it's a perfect marriage.